Hello, hello, Game Jam. Make some noise. Make some more noise until Daniel gets the slides up. So, how to make a metal band? Yes, I am Raimond. I am the head of the Computer Graphics and Virtual Reality Study Lab. So basically, I'm Daniel's boss. And our study lab organizes the courses related to video games and computer graphics and virtual reality as well in the University of Tartu. We are organizing the Game Jam under the Institute of Computer Science. So this is my main job here, to make sure everything kind of is going well. This is me and my friend in the Level Up Video Game Museum. So some of you already saw this picture in Discord. Another reminder, Discord, very important, be there. And this is us making a band in Guitar Hero. Have you played Guitar Hero? Who has? Whoa, many of you, very nice. So very cool rhythm game. Unfortunately, the actual metal bands that I have made is 0. So this is a bit of a issue in this current presentation. But I was at the Raske Muusika seminaripäev a few weeks ago. I listened to some experts and they discussed how to make metal bands. Some of you might recognize those people who are in the metal scene. And I was listening to them and I thought this is all extremely valuable knowledge also for making any creative project, like a video game. So let's change this presentation to how to make a video game band. Games I have made is a bit more than the metal bands I have made. So I counted them. It's hard to count them because some are very small games, some are larger games. Maybe the first larger game we made was Sony. So this is a game based on the Estonian national epic, Kalevipoeg. It's a few chapters from the epic or fable. And I was a designer and scripter there. So there is this very famous story of making this cabbage soup. So I designed that small quest and some other quests in the game. One side note, also the environment designs, so actually went to a bog in Estonia, took some photos, and our very wonderful 2D artist drew the backgrounds based on the real-life reference. Another game I was part of making was Tribocalypse VR. So this was a pretty big game, or a team that made the game. So we had 15 or more students, game developers working together for about a year. And this was when VR was starting to get popular, the modern VR in 2017. And my work there was mostly the programmer. So programming for VR is similarly as designing for VR is quite different from just making your regular PC or mobile game. A few years ago, I made Night Shift at Stonebrook Asylum. I made it together with my friend who we played Guitar Hero before. I was a narrative designer, writer, scripter there. So my experience with making games has been quite varied. So programmer, scripter, narrative designer. Right, but I think I can say a few words about how to make a video game band. So how to do it then? Well, you need a team. Hopefully it's not going to be this team. Who recognizes this team? No one. How bad. I'm so bad of artist. So this is from Baldur's Gate 3, right? Orin, Kordash, and Gedrick. Who recognizes them now? Okay, one person. Nice. My job is complete. Yes? Oh, okay. So 2 people. That's even better. But hopefully your team in this jam or in the future isn't going to be this team, because as you know, this team didn't really succeed in Baldur's Gate 3. However, this can be sort of a team that you might end up in your experience. I have certainly been a part of such teams. I have played some of these roles, unfortunately. So It can be a learning experience if your team doesn't work, because such a team doesn't work, but it's overall not a good experience. So please try to avoid such a team. You need the A team, not a team. Who gets this reference? Okay, more people. I was worried that no one is going to get this reference. Some hints from the metal band thingy. First of all, you need a lot of willpower. To make a game or any creative project, you need to have willpower to see it through, to make it something you can share with other people. You have already equipped your willpower +1 rings by coming here, so keep them on for the next 2 days while you make the game in the game jam. When you make your team, the first thing is please talk to each other about your goals. Each of you have different goals why you came here. Your team needs to share those goals, and you need to see if you can make it work. So some of you are here to win the game jam, so you want to make your best game, or better than everyone else's game, right? And some of you might be wondering, okay, I'm here to make new people, to make more games together. I really want to push myself as a game developer. But some of you might be just here to learn and take it easy. So you're new in game development, you don't know how it goes. Maybe you're going to do some narrative writing. Maybe you're going to draw some art. Maybe you just want to program some Unity code or Godot code. Then you need to express this, that you are here just to take it easy, learn. You're going to implement some functionality, but you're not going to stay up 36 hours pushing to make the best game of the game jam, right? So your team needs to be on the same page of who is here for what reason. Maybe some of you are just here to eat free food. Who is here to get some free pizza? See, most of you. So those of you who are here to make games, this is not what the purpose your teammates will likely share. So please be open with each other about why you're here. Thirdly, agree on the design choices. There will be lots of brainstorming, ideation when the team comes, so you will have lots of ideas, but try to all be on the same page what kind of a game you are making. What is the experience you're trying to achieve for the player with your game? And this is not just about visual design, this is about game design, this is about narrative design, could be even about code design. If you are multiple programmers, then agree how you are going to structure your code. But this is quite important. In the Kalevipoeg game that I mentioned, we had some very different ideas, what kind of a game we want to make. Do we want to represent Kalevipoeg as a hero or an anti-hero? So it ended up being more on the anti-hero side. So if you play that game, Kalevipoeg is quite a brutal and vulgar person, which wasn't the design that a lot of the team wanted to make, but some other parts of the team did wanted to make it. So agree on this and make sure you're on the same page, otherwise you're going to start working against each other. And this is not how a team will succeed. Make sure that everyone contributes and that everyone's contribution is efficient. Every game jam here, we see some unfortunate artists who will at the end present their art as a slideshow, and then some other unfortunate programmers who look down and are ashamed that they didn't manage to put that art into the game because of time limitation, right? So if you're dividing the tasks among each other, then your team lead or someone in your team should be responsible that the work your teammates are doing will be beneficial for your game, not just that they will do some work somewhere and we will show it as a slideshow. If you see that, okay, our artist is really pushing 50 different illustrations and we won't have time to implement all of this, then stop them and tell them to make the ones you can put into the game better. So you can always improve, even you can improve art, you can improve narrative, sound effects, whatever. try to focus the efforts on improving them instead of making more if you see that you cannot add that more into the game. So everyone's contribution will be efficient and actually supports your game. This was already touched a bit, but your game kind of defines your team. When you make a game here with your team, then that kind of shows that you, 6 people, 5 people, 3 people, 4 people, can make such games together. The game will kind of have the spirit of your collaborative team, yourselves, but yourselves put together into the game. It kind of shows to yourself and to other people that your team, you, 5 people, can make such games. It doesn't mean that you cannot make other games. Maybe you can, but if you make a game here, you show that, look, we can make such a game. And this is quite important thing to keep in mind. Kind of sets your identity, which can change, of course, but it's important here as well. Make a desirable game, and I've underlined desirable. So if your game is not desirable and no one wants to play it, and no one does play it, then it's not a game. Games are meant for people to play. If no one wants to play your game, it's not a game. You didn't make a game in this game. You ate pizza instead or did something different, right? So make sure that your game is appealing. Your game should provide some desirable experience for the player. They need to be able to look at the game, see that there is something cool here, there's something interesting. Like I said before, make a cool game. And it's kind of like a promise from you that if they now take 5 minutes, 15 minutes to play the game, they will have a great experience. So this is important. Your game can be raw without being bad. Now, it was already touched as well that you probably won't have time to make a game with 10 hours of gameplay, maybe not even 2 hours of gameplay. Maybe your gameplay is just 10 minutes, but that 10 minutes can be good. So your game can be raw while still being good. Maybe your art isn't that polished, or you have some issues that people can see that, okay, this could be better, but it's still good right now as well. Compared to making something that's bad, that doesn't work, people can't even launch the game, or if they do, they don't know how to control the character, everything's all over the place, and that will be raw and bad. So keep in mind that it's completely fine to have a small game that could use some more work, but still isn't bad. Creativity must not die. So I was trying to be creative with this slide. With creativity, well, first of all, when you get the team, you will probably have a bunch of ideas what to do. So you're going to try to fix some of these ideas that, okay, we need to choose something. This is what we all agree that it's a cool idea. It's going to be a fun game if we try to make something like this. Then try to use your creativity to achieve these goals. Of course, you can change them. Like this is they're not going to be set in stone. Like Daniel is not going to write them down and ask you to present exactly that at the end of the jam. But try to keep your creativity focused on solving the issues. Because if on Sunday morning you have like a bunch of new ideas, which you won't be able to implement or design into your game, then that's going to be unfocused creativity. So try to keep your creativity focused, try to solve your design challenges based on what your team agreed on. But of course, be creative on the solutions as well. So game design is a creative process. And most importantly, enjoy the jam. You are all here to enjoy this weekend. We are going to do our best to make sure you enjoy it. One addition is tomorrow, on Saturday, we're going to have a couple of entertainment sessions with different Estonian games. Elepal Timo is over there, the author. He will be also here tomorrow. He will show you his game. And some of you can likely play Bootstrap Island. I will give you all this information on Discord tomorrow, probably afternoon sometime. And if you're very good at Elepal, you can likely win some free Steam keys for Elepal as well. Cool. Thank you. That's all from me.